Ebo yang meti sa upang wet ese do mo kemedi de pendari ti rammo enyon ekrebo ke afan di to upang wet ke ne mo pe mpo se mo eno ngo mba se mo pe akana wanga di to upang wet mpo ameke do panu kwiri ko se ke tang ba ku pe mpo se to upang wet of Ivory ke e diena ba eke tumo eno meti sa se pe mbe ke upang wet me ya ikop ayon ba
ku pe mpo senita akeda titi ku fong with Tower of Ivory edena back ena medion okeke tumodu namado mbare what metitan sunsio usong da mo ekwe kane se wet neke mpo edion kente lesson plan ati woro kokoro fong with Tower of Ivory Prince Udome podom amata aboke adinamado adadi timba esuke kai se de penda fong with do kenyon akamandu tumu fogu tomeko to Fistolas Limited etani tu penko amano mandi pe item abangan sunsu songedu da mo pe nam ewe lesson plan no fun emane wam di to fong with any fiok ayema non di to fong with item ya mo eseni dem ekpem with mba ka ne bo fun eno idem mo afre frida mikuyo utbe achibon akombok NTA
ufana di yemiso basi kenteng iswa 2016 emi aro kwan ukoriko seke kwore banga ke kanu iswa 2016 ko utum NT ewuyo ekeniere mpong akeboyo ke Susanna sokwana mno edion ke mmupan yemme merido yefo utum NT ewuyo e mai banga ke mbogome ya ikop ngome nko
mboni ko ba se ke dati teke ngo fo utum NT ewuyo eke tumbare mane yak ufogotum NTA yefan menamutum do eno basiku fai swami sangwele basema tanga bokesedodo ake yake no basi anye aset mekama amiedo ntak akwori ko kembono do Apostle Patrick Jerome akufogo basi Christ Believers Evangelical Mission ida anye ke kworo ki ko matanga bokendi to basi anante yemiso basi ku fai swami ba ammo ekrunen ke fakse moyne dinam Pastor Jerome Amadiando bo siado ke frewo enyen nsu do apidoro yen ba ngo fai swami pantro kenante frewo eye misobase e kamada wo ku fogutum NTA yo Elder Chiduluka Amadiando bo ya fan menamutum ke NTA enuma basike paniko siado wiswa 2016 ado iswa heaven abigibere inondi towasi aduna madonko akedo adedekom samme adai would ken soon seek be for utum NTA e maida ro fange koma basi e banga mempo semmo eke kanena ngakiswa ke boyokeko mengwonda mposiki dali tieke dedo akedo sanga sangi ni ekom ado e kamada woru for utum NTA Elder Chiduluka akeda ro son nkoro ikwo yemedu na mfen ena medi on kembonomi aseda ditie kwa akad Wednesday kudwa ke anwa NTA kuyo utbe achibong akombok NTA
akedo adinama didara nyani swawem kena mbono ko base koto African Church ke ikod eyubium nkoro menka ekebo mbare ko mabase banga uwemse deaconess nkoyo udiandreso akeseru ke ayo uweme mo ke rimboromi Deaconess Ngoyondo so tutu nimpa mo ke rungwonda anambudere kikoreyo Wisdom Jacob ayino nyam ayon bo me kenari na marokeba
Mbemiso ke tumadari po emasio po Deaconess Ngoyodia ndweso enem yambunu fo ufo basi yambun kamo edro se no nya patrukbuno kederi po do ufo basi ri onkete African Church eke tumo kikore yo karan surubio Right Reverend James Bamidele amanombo si kene Christ temebo ya dong me kereken kemen Right Reverend Bamidele ama tangabo kusung na wodu wemkini aba ke rimbut adi bat inonye ke batrusen modu wa pangba ina moket ete manuel no ide make kodo awrobo kenye akado wo keseni dem kembuba akanyona ngamen sionsiom bubra kenutmu yamudwa usong bunu fok akpangpa e mai tangabo kenye kodo awu ke nwa mambono wo kini ke ba akuwem
nyakoro won wana ka bonno cheti ka prakruso This is good for 10 years before more.
Deaconess Nkoyo agodo wiswa anang medwokit. Ndiana pakpang ditaiba. Nditoibe ichaita nditon dito. Edip medwenang. Au koron diton edip michaba yuwang bunfen adifram pamo. Wisdom Jacob ado duwusi kombrome.
Kugang tete mbang fan atrero tutundo bim fan boy tiesong. Residents of Uyo, the Akwa Ibom State capital, have appealed to the government to provide lasting solution to the persistent fuel problem in the state. Idonsid Upong, who visited some filling stations in Uyo, completes the story.
Premium motor spirits, which is commonly referred to as petrol, has remained scarce in the state capital as most filling stations are not dispensing the product. The few independent marketers available dispense between 125 and 130 naira as against the government-approved pump price of 86 naira 50 kobo, which was to take effect from January 1st, 2016. At NNPC Mega Station, the situation was not different as there was a long queue even when the product was not dispensed. As at the time visited, some motorists who spoke with NTA News while lamenting the situation said they have spent so much time there without positive results.
Everybody is frustrated. When you have the money, you cannot buy fuel. This is a country we are producing the fuel.
It's maybe around 5 hours, and we have a very long queue, hold up everywhere. So we are tired. We are tired. So government, I think they must find a solution. Something must have to be done.
Since about 7:30 I've been here, and this is almost past 1. I've not been able to fill my tank.
Residents also lament over the continuous hike in the prices of the fuel in the state, saying it has caused untold hardship to them. They, however, call on the government to provide a lasting solution to fuel problem in the state.
I feel so bad. Since pain was so much. Since last year to now, 125, 130 some place.
We used to buy fuel 80 something naira, 87 naira, or 89 naira, or 97 naira. But now we are buying fuel 125, 130, so it affects us so much.
I had to drive all the way from Accra Road and drove the whole of Accra looking for fuel, and all the fuel stations are closed up. And I was wondering what is happening, because I've not heard any issue on fuel scarcity recently, because the government had promised that the fuel will go down to 86 naira per litre. So it's really disappointing.
Now if fuel is 86 and you're buying it 130, 50 naira extra at least per litre. Calculate it now if you're buying 10 litres. That means 500 goes for 10 litres, extra 500. If you're going to buy more than that, that is money. And they keep saying the economy is broke.
The federal government has directed that fuel should be sold at 86 naira per litre. But I've just bought 130 per litre here. And the filling station is under seal at the moment.
In Uyo, Idong Upong, NTA News.
Schools teachers have been advised to regularly update their knowledge and carry their students along during teaching. This was the main thrust at a 3-day workshop on effective lesson planning organized by the management of Tower of Ivory Schools, Ediana Back. Udwaga Kwan completes the story.
The 3-day workshop organized for the teaching staff of Tower of Ivory Schools, Ediana Back, expose the teachers to the secrets of effective teaching in a school environment. The chairman of Tower of Ivory Schools, Prince Udom Eko Udom, said the workshop is organized to ensure improvement and continuous success in the academic lives of the students. He urged the teachers to take the workshop seriously in order to gain more from the program.
We want to make sure that we don't only maintain the standard we have set, that the schools came on board some 5 years ago, but to improve on the standards.
The consultant of Histolas Limited, Mr. Anetiope, advised teachers on different strategies of writing a good lesson plan in order to have positive influence on the students. He further stated that students should be made to think independently in order to attain success and continuous improvement in the school, adding that students should be made to think creatively.
We can assure you that what you want to have is not just something that is done by Histolas Limited, it's something that has been tested globally. Things that we cover in this workshop would be most essential elements in lesson planning. Lesson planning is very important in any school, and the writing of learning of.
Some teaching staff shared their experiences.
To remain relevant and to adopt international best practices, you must be conversant with all of things in the team profession. So I want to advise every teacher and every international school to always indulge in regular trainings.
We've learned so much about lesson plan and how to be able to impart the knowledge on the students.
In Uyo, Uduak Akpan, NTA News.
The need to seek God's divine presence as 2016 begins forms the thrust of the NTA 2016 Solemn Assembly. Susan Asuko reports that the service also attracted friends of the station.
The NTA Solemn Assembly held at NTA Arena is aimed at rededicating the station and the entire staff to God as the new year begins. It is believed that whatever is committed into God's hands, He is able to keep. Against this backdrop, the officiating minister prelate of Christ Believers Evangelical Mission, Apostle Patrick Jerome, in a message titled, "You Have Need for Divine Presence," noted that everyone needs the divine presence of God to succeed in 2016. While acknowledging that everyone has definite expectations for the new year, Apostle Jerome advised that the divine presence of God is more important than every other desire for the new year.
You are beginning the year and you're going through 365 days. Days you don't know. And you're going through this period. You need, more than everything else in your life, the divine presence to guide you through 365 unknown days.
The General Manager of NTA, Elder Chidi Uluka, reiterated that 2016 is a year of open heavens. He charged every staff of the station to trust God for favor and do away with every spirit of unbelief.
Let us this year be wise and to listen to God. For the laws of the Lord make wise those who receive and obey.
It was also a service of thanksgiving to God as different departments took turns to appreciate God for different achievements recorded in the year 2015. High point of the service was Thanksgiving, which was led by the General Manager Elder Chidi Uluka, choir ministration, and rededication of the station and the entire staff to God. Some staff members give their impression of the service.
We should live like Christ for things to work in our favor this year 2016.
I pray that each and every one of us that we call ourselves a Christian, we should devote ourselves to the Christianity. I feel blessed, I feel honored to be here. It's always good to start the beginning of the year in the presence of the Lord.
It's been great and it's a very laudable activity, rededicating the station and its members to the hands of God.
NTA Uyo midweek service holds every Wednesday at NTA Uyo Chapel by 10 a.m. and it is open for all. In Uyo, Susan Asukwo, NTA News.
The Akwa Ibom State Police Command has requested owners of abandoned and unclaimed vehicles, motorcycles and other household items at State Criminal Investigation Departments and Anti-Kidnapping Squad, State Headquarters Uyo, to visit the stations with proof of ownership for identification and collection. A statement signed by the Police Public Relations Officer indicates that this announcement serves as notice to owners of such items, as failure to claim within 14 days of this notice will leave the command with no option than to dispose them of through public auction. Meanwhile, the Akwa Ibom State Police Command alerts the public of one O.M. Godwin David, who was knocked down by an unknown tricycle on December 12, 2015 along a back road by Mechanic Village, Obiofort, Uyo. The victim, who is receiving treatment at University of Uyo Teaching Hospital, is 10 years old, dark in complexion, about 3 feet, and speaks Ibibio language fluently. A statement signed by the Police Public Relations Officer enjoins the public whose relatives are missing to report at the Divisional Police Headquarters, C Division, along Akai Tinan Road, Uyo, for identification and collection. It was a celebration of life well spent as members of the African Church, Our Saviour's Parish, Ikoreyo, Ubiom in Insirubium local government area, and other associates converged to thank God for the life of late Deaconess Nkoyo Udia Ndueso. Until her death, Deaconess Ndueso was a popular entrepreneur in Ikoreyo. Clement Parapay Campus, sorry.
Late Deaconess Nkoyo Udia Ndueso was led instead for family members, the church, and associations to pay their last respect at a funeral conducted by the African Church, Our Saviour's Parish, Ikoreyo, Nsirubium local government area. The Uyo Central Diocesan Bishop, Right Reverend James Bamidele, urged Christians to live in peace with one another. Right Reverend Bamidele maintained that the way one lives on earth is what counts on the last day.
Why you must have Jesus? Number one, for your life to be saved. And when your life is saved in Jesus, you can now enjoy the blessings that comes with having Jesus in your life.
Biography of the deceased, read by one of the grandchildren, Mr. Emmanuel Enoidem described Deaconess Ndueso as a committed entrepreneur who ventured into different trades.
One of her peculiar character was simplicity in attending to issues and people's needs anytime they knock on her door.
Some of the family members bared their minds on the life and times of the departed.
Nobody will give me a good advice like her.
She was a mother, a long mother. That has made me to be what I am today.
She was a strong woman, very diligent woman, a disciplinarian.
She was a great mother. She was a wonderful grandma. She was a true Christian. And she was a very strong woman.
Aged 91, late Deaconess Nkoyo Udia Ndueso is survived by 2 children, 8 stepchildren, 34 grandchildren, and 27 great-grandchildren, among others. Wisdom Jacob, NTA News.
That report was presented by Wisdom Jacob. Now to weather. The weather prospects for Thursday, January 7, 2016 shows that the morning period will be cloudy at 25 degrees Celsius. The afternoon period will be sunny at 34 degrees Celsius, while the evening period will be clear at a temperature of 29 degrees Celsius. And that's the news. As a reminder, don't drink and drive, but think and drive. Safety begins with you. Be safety conscious. And that's the news. We thank you very much for staying tuned. Do join us again at 7 p.m. for a fresh package of the news bulletin. Good morning.
We talk about the plane, the right amount. Spider! It's all in the eyes of the beholder. Such a like a ring. never mind.